It's your boy, Mr. Fantastic, aka Ultra Cripidarian. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what side of the world you're on. So, I missed the voice chat, right? We had a voice chat that was about an hour long, bro, and I missed it because I'm at work, right? The 9 to 5, making the donuts, right? But we got a lot of information that I'm getting ready to share, and I'm getting ready to record the entire video chat so that way, if you missed it and you're not in our Telegram, you'll be able to go ahead and find out for yourself what's going on. So let's start off with the questions that was answered after the chat, right? That right there, I think is something that we want to know because you don't get everything during the chat. There's always questions that pop in your head when everything is over. So let's go ahead and check it out. And Sarah summarized it for us. Thank you very much, Sarah. All right. Other thoughts in the live that Rashi answered after the recording ended. When CoinGecko, we still need to grow. We're not big enough, y'all. I mean, have you not noticed? We're not big enough, y'all. We only got a certain amount of holders. The volume is down. And I mean, yeah, if you compare us to some of these new booty tokens, they got, 6, 7, 40 million. And that's because they took a amount of time before they, pre-sales and all that good stuff. Our pre-sale wasn't that long, man. I mean, it was like what, a weekend? Without hype at all. So, we'll get there. We'll get there. Uh, can we make it so new Telegram members have to verify themselves as human? Yeah. I mean, I know he said he'll look into it, but yeah, there's shoot, I thought we had that actually. I mean, most telegrams they got the hit this button to make sure you're not a robot and you know click on all the horses that are right here. You know what I'm saying? You done been through it. Oh yeah, that's easy. I don't know why we don't got that. Um, we have to make sure we have SHIB community buy in before we give them a lot of burns. The answer to that was we keep lower burns, but we can pay percentage in SHIB to blaze holders. Hmm. Holders can donate to following week's burns. Okay, so let me say that again. We keep lower burns, but we can pay percentage in SHIB to blaze holders. Holders can donate to following week's burns. I guess. I guess. Hey, if it works, it works. Me myself, I'm not a SHIB holder. I'm not. So it is what it is. Um, will this will this staking thing be another thing we try that doesn't work? Oh my God, what type of question is that, bro? I mean, come on, man. That you just sucked the motivation out of somebody. If we try this and it ain't gonna work, if it don't work, come on, bro. What type of shit is that? And tell you the truth, I thought we weren't even gonna do staking because of the SEC. But okay, if we're gonna do staking, that sounds good. I'm hoping that's something that's in the chat. We're gonna find out about a little bit later. But questions like that, bro, are the shit that is borderline me getting ready to kick you. I mean, I get it, but listen to the question. Will this staking thing, now, right at that point, it was a question, be another thing, still a question, we try, still a question, that doesn't work? That part, that part. So what you trying to say, bro? What are you trying to say? That we failures? That we're gonna keep bumping heads? Everything we've done worked. We have yet to fall under 1 billion. We're still burning. Are you saying SHIB didn't work? Uh, yeah, we burnt 11 billion SHIB. That's 100 grand. It worked. What didn't work is that we didn't have the support. Is that on us? I mean, we went to AMAs. We can't make somebody say our name. So what are you talking about that didn't work? The lotto isn't out yet. That's the shit I be talking about, bro. That's the FUD I be talking about. Even though I guess he tried to make it sound like a sentence. I'm a psychologist, bro. Well, yeah, something like that. And you can read the sentence. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm sorry, y'all. It just ugh. No, as staking will be made on a financial model, so stake funds will be used to develop the token. Roadmap will be created before starting staking. Okay, that sounds good. So I'm thinking there's going to be a lock status to where you're going to pay a certain amount, just a small percentage to lock it and unlock it. Um, I hope not. I hope not. I mean, I'm not a fan of staking anyway because I've had bad experiences with staking. I mean, yeah, it works for those who want to, build your bag. I mean, staking is a beautiful thing. I'm just not a fan of having my stuff locked up. I need this to be. I need to be able to unstake when I want to. I'm just saying. So let's figure out. No, no, we don't know. Let's keep that on the back burner. My man Tim Bot Toadstool, good looking out, family. Says, let's all support liking YouTube videos with Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Young, and Mr. Brian BB Crypto. I support that message. I support that message, baby boy. Real talk, the more support, the merrier, man. I mean, if anything, just follow a brother, man. Share a video. I try to put the at sign on them so that way when you share it, it's automatically tagged. So you don't even gotta work hard, bro. Oh my God. Okay, one step at a time. I will be making a brand new Excel sheet. Okay, I will touch base on every part of Blaze, make the point of the situation, and see what needs improving. Oh yeah, we about to get down to business. Make the steps and see if I can do it or delegate it to a team member. Sounds good to me. So I'm not going to go off into the, different questions in here. You need to get into the Telegram so you can read it all. I want Blaze to become a hybrid token, something you can invest in crypto and spend in the real world. Yes, sir. I back you 100% on that. I already took steps in that front. Let's go. That's what I want to hear, baby. Sorry if I just messed up the mic, y'all. I know I get a little hyped sometimes. Uh, okay. What we need is to fund the liquidity. It's all about the balance, not point getting. Hitting a dollar with liquidity of 1 million. Ideally, we would need a few billion when we hit $1. When people take profits, it won't affect the token much. I would personally revert to what we did before and continue funding the liquidity pool out of the tax money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, uh, there's some good conversations was going on, y'all, and I wish I could have got more. I think I got what was broken down. What Sarah put. I do request from each member in the country is to not be selfish. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. 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 So yeah, let's just get off into the chat and let's see what happened, y'all. All right, you ready? Let's do it.
There's a lot of things in the
Yeah.
works.
Well, I got a busy schedule once I come back. I'm back on Saturday night. Monday I got a meeting with Paul. He will be joining the team. Talking of which, Monday afternoon my time, or late afternoon my time. We're talking about 5, 6, 7 in the afternoon UK time. I will formally introduce Paul to the chat. He's a good friend of mine, but also we've been working together since 2007. We had two, three companies, done various projects. So
Mm,
he has a really, really good financial background. He worked with the Scottish Widows and etc. So his track record is really good. And I believe we need a guy like that to um, help us manage the finances, if it makes sense, so we can have a financial model on the development side of things. and the daily running side of things. So the budgeting, where we are now, which targets we need to hit, and etc. So I am pretty much structuring Blaze as a cooperative, and we will be expanding the team. Sarah, well, she's the admin. She will continue doing this job. She's doing a super job, so she's gonna be on. And Mr. Fantastic and some other members, we will hopefully get deals done so that we can help them develop their channels together with us. And as I always say, together we grow. So I want to help our community first before we go outsourcing. Marketing, yes, marketing. Now we need to start talking to ship influencers. So if you have any contacts or anything, please do pass them either to me or to Sarah. She will probably hate me just right now because I said that. But yeah, as in, we can make a list of contacts, contact the people, and you start using them for marketing. Levi is gonna sit aside, as in he's gonna go quiet as he needs some time off to reassess himself. So we need to give him his privacy and his the respect. Oh, on that, I mean, he did come out. He did say he needs help. So there you go. He's gonna be kept in the loop. I will be talking to him constantly. He will be updated on what's happening, what's doing. He may do a video every now and then, but don't expect too much from him. So it's gonna be fully managed by me, and he's gonna kept on the loop. So that's that. DApp for the lottery is coming out hopefully tomorrow. That's what I've been told, tomorrow for testing. So once we decide on a name, I will need probably put together a small team who can start working on, I'm not saying a logo, but like a banner and catchy phrases. So probably this will go to our memes team because they've been doing an amazing job there. So create memes, create media, and possibly a banner so that we can put ads on, for example, Dex Tools or any of those nice sites where we get exposure. So we can get the idea is to give us maximum exposure on the ship side of things, but also on the general crypto side of things. So hence Dex Tools and etc, because to play the Blaze lottery, you don't need to have ship. You just need to come in, buy a ticket, and try your luck. That's it. Um, so we want to have that exposure, so we get non-ship oriented people coming in as well for the lottery side of things, and uh, if we can get that running and famous, as in that will take approximately, I guess, 2 to 3 weeks ish, depending on volume. As in, if we get like 100, 200 tickets on the first week and we have a jackpot, and then it goes to the next week, then the price will be a lot of Blaze tokens. And as the value of Blaze fluctuates, then the value of the winnings will rise as well. So we have to see on that. But if there are like 1, 2 jackpots and suddenly you got a jackpot of 2, 3, 10 grand, for example, then I think it will take a lot of momentum. And then we just need to show that the system works. We need to show that we are legit. You play, you win, and etc. So we will have all the data of the winners, addresses, number of plays, number of wins, total money raised. The whole data set everything is automated, so it will be displayed somehow. We are working on it, but it was a request I made. I personally made that. I said, look, we do not want to be like other cryptos. We want to be 100% transparent. We want to show what comes in, what goes out, and where it goes out to. So in this way, we try to give as much credibility as possible. And so that's the lottery side of things. Uh, we touched base initially on CXs. Now, this I will update you guys possibly by the end of next week. I need to run the numbers. CXs are there, the volumes are fake, and the numbers that we are earning is peanuts. So with all the money that is stuck there, because we had to put a float of about 30,000 or $40,000, and the money's there. People are trading it, yes, but we are earning something like, I think it's like $500 a day or something stupid like that. It's not worth it. One thing, if you're making like a few grand a day, and then yeah, we can at the end of the week, we have a plenty of money to put uh into the burns. But right now we're not getting that flow, and if there's no flow, we just have stuck the money there that we could use for other things. So one idea was temporarily at least pull out because um I'm just gonna jump a bit. If you're going back to SHIB, oh not if we are going back to SHIB, so the tax structure is gonna change again. We're gonna run some simulations and some numbers, and then I will divulge what the tax structure is gonna look like, the buy and the sell. Probably the CXs are not gonna like that, and we could leave the CXs there at a 6.6 or 0.6 or whatever, and got the DX on the buy and sell taxes as we had before. But this will cause a little bit of issues, and if the volume doesn't pick up, then we don't really earn nothing with the CXs. So my idea was to pull out from the worst performing, so probably Bitmart, and then uh, take the money out and go straight to um, the developers and say, guys, here's the 60 grand. Go make the casino for us or the games for us or whatever the next step on utilities, because that will then generate more income uh, for the token and more volume than the CXs are currently doing. So for me, that's just a better way of investing that money because we will get a result out of it rather than just leaving it there. Doing this, we will get more volume, and once the volume hits a certain level, we will have to run the numbers. So this is just very early. Once we get that stable amount of volume coming in and out by the utilities, that's when we can start looking into going back to the CXs. We're not getting blacklisted by CXs by any way, because we are just withdrawing it from our end, and it's not the CX which is withdrawing. So if the CX withdraws it, saying that you are a bad performer or anything on those lines, then that can cause a black mark, and going back into it can be hard. But if you are pulling out because you're saying that your revenue model is not working because they are not delivering on what they promised, then the ball is on our court. We get out whenever we think that we are ready again. We then pay them again and get in. It's like that. So that's the C axis. DX we see. I touched base on having a way of uh, letting all of you guys spend Blaze in the real life. I have already started talking to a couple of companies, sent a couple of emails and initial contacts. I am waiting for a reply. So all this happened like very, very recently. And yeah, so I am on still on holiday, but I'm trying to get the ball rolling already whenever I get a bit of free time. And hopefully, yes, we're gonna have the utilities in one end and then a spending mechanism on the other end for the blaze holders. So I think these two together will make this coin explosive. Um, and then obviously having the ship burns and contributing to the ship burns, they will give us good publicity as well. The thing is, where do we draw the line on how much ship we want to burn compared to how much blaze we want to burn? Are we going on a 60-40, 80-20, or are we going on a 50-50? So these are questions that when the time is right, I will put it to you guys. You are the holders. You are Blaze. I am nobody without you guys. So I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. And when the time comes, I will put a poll and you will decide what's the split on ship burns and blaze burn. Are we going to go on record breaking burns on ship like we did before and get our names up on the board and just keep on performing? Or do you guys saying, okay, we did that, didn't really work the first time round. Are we then doing a 50-50 split? So yes, we do burns on ship, but we'll do a 50 burn, 50%, and a 50% on blaze. So it's equal. Or do you guys want to go on a 60-40? 60% a blaze and a 40% of ship. It's completely up to you. This is, yes, I'm the founder of the token, but this is also your token and you're investing on it because you believe in the project. So what I want is you guys, the investors, to have a saying on the future of the project. I believe that in this way we can have a constructive uh, way of going forward and build ourselves better and stronger from where we are now. Saying that, any questions?
As you were talking, I had a thought, like, because I know, like, not only getting people's attention was hard in the past, but like getting it and keeping it and getting them to like get on board. So I had a thought that um we could say to the SHIB community, like it could be like a tweet or something. It could be like, depending on how many people join our Telegram and or how many new investors we get will determine like what percent we burn towards SHIB. Like it could be some kind of challenge and we have different thresholds that we reach to have different percentages going towards SHIB.
Okay, so that is doable, but it gets complicated. It's doable as in we will set the buy and the sell taxes and the breakdown.
Yeah.
So it could be a 10-12, it could be a 10-10. I don't know. It's just hypothetical right now. I don't have the numbers, I don't have the figures to run a simulation. So until I get the results, I won't be able to give a number. But hypothetically, let's say it's a 10-10 on buy and sell cross board, yeah? Then we will then structure that some percentage going into the development for marketing and the other projects that we want to bring forward. And then a percentage goes to the liquidity fund if you want to reinforce the liquidity fund. And then a percentage can go back into buying and burns. So given that from that's the pot of money, basically the 10 and the 10 that I said, that's our pot of money that we get weekly to play with. So from that, we need to make a calculated breakdown on how to go forward so that we can burn the maximum amount we can, but also having enough for us to progress and pay for future developments and marketing. Now,
Yeah.
having Levi going on, he's going to take a step backwards. That means that we are not going to get Levi's videos on a weekly basis. So that means now we will have to look into um, paid videos. So we need to pay influencers to market it for us. Now, this is where it gets very interesting from my point of view. We've got a couple of members who's already doing that within the community. And as I said before, I want to give as much support as possible to them to develop their channels and help Blaze to promote. But then the exposure is not as big just yet. So what I am planning to do is to help them. Yes, initially we will contact ship influencers. So we're not expecting ship ship army to join us. We will go out there and get the paid service for YouTube videos, Twitter, and etc. to expose ourselves to the ship community. So we are there, we do our burns, we do our marketing, we do our exposure. Then it's up to the ship community to come and buy Blaze or join Blaze. It's up to them. We're not
Yeah,
we if you
I
wait.
agree. I agree. I agree with what you're saying, but I don't want them to expect more freebies. So like what I mean is, like say hypothetically 50% of the taxes are for burns. Like I'm just saying hypothetically 50% of all taxes are for burns. Then I'm saying like we could get them to like to play a part in determining like what percent of that is gonna go to ship burns.
I fully agree with that. That is a very good point. But there is a big issue on that thing. How are we going to measure it?
Well, it would be measured by investor count and or Telegram count and or Twitter count. Like basically, they need to be adding to our growth.
Okay, so that's actually an interesting point. What we could hypothetically do is to to increase the percentage of ship burns depending on weekly volume. So we say if you're having a $10,000 volume a week, I don't even know how much it's now, but on average, I mean, so you do the 7 day average and then you divide it by seven to get an average daily volume. So if you're like at 10K, then you put it as 20% goes to ship burn and the remaining goes to blaze burn. As soon as that doubles, it goes from 10 to 20, then you do a 15% ship burn. That is a way of doing it, but because the lottery and all the other utilities are coming, our volume will increase, but that's not necessarily just because of ship people joining us. So that's what I meant by how are we going to gauge it, how we're going to measure it. If you want just gauge it on ship people, the ship army joining us, that's going to get a bit complicated to do. If you're going to do it on volume, that's a option. But as I said, I am open to any suggestions. So if any of you have any kind of suggestions, throw it on, and if it's good, we'll take on. We'll look into it.
I'm
What
curious
about
if anybody else has any
me-
thoughts. Go ahead.
what about members or like holders, actual holders? We're at what, just over, what is it, 1,100 holders right now? So if we get to so many holders, can that be played in somehow so that we can?
So with the holders, it depends because a holder, like if you have